Hey, this is Kevin Cook from KCC Photography and KCCActions.com. I got a ton of emails and messages and people asking me how I got this photo. I'm going to show you really quick. It didn't take very long. And if you have the set, you'll see that it's very, very easy to do. So, alright, so I'm going to start with the swirling bokeh. And I add this to a lot of stuff, especially if it's shot pretty shallow anyway. Just because I like softening the image up a little bit more. I believe this was shot with an 85 at 1.8, if I'm not mistaken, in the afternoon. So, alright. So I'm just going to open up the swirling bokeh, and with a black brush, I'm going to use 100%, and I'm going to erase this off. Now, I've told you before, if you hit the / key, you can get a masking guide, and it shows you in red exactly what you are hiding. So this is what we're hiding out of that. You can see I'm not trying to be perfect or anything like that. Alright, so I'm going to just cut this down now to about 75% and draw a focal line. Now the reason I'm using 75 is because it's shot pretty shallow and everything's pretty muddled together anyway. So distinguishing what's in focus and what isn't is going to be a lot harder to see. But we do want to add that line so that we have a good base for our focal plane. Alright, so once that's done, I'm going to actually jump into the toning part real quick. And I'm going to start with matte with ColourPop. And if you watch my tutorials, you'll see that I use this on a lot of different stuff because I just love the tones that it creates. I'm actually going to come down here to the matte with it open, and again at 75% because I want to keep some of that tone bled in. I'm just going to erase this off of her around 75%. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're going to come back and add the warm tint, and it won't apply to that area. So it's going to only apply around her. And we'll come back and make some adjustments to this in just a few minutes. Alright, so I knew when I started this image that I wanted to create like a light that was coming in, cascading from the background, and she's running toward the light. So instantly I knew I wanted to warm it up also. So I went with Warm Sunny Day to start. And you'll see the immediate impact that it makes here in a second, just by running that. There's an option here that's called Hazy, and I'm actually going to cut that on for this photo. And then there's one in here called Sunshine, and this actually brings light source from that side. That's what we wanted. So I'm going to cut this down just a little bit, and also the Hazy I'm going to cut down just a little bit. Kind of like that. And then I'm actually going to use the new Spring Softness action that's in the Spring Jubilee set. We just finished last week getting ready for spring. And this action is really, really, really pretty. And it adds some softness. So we're actually going to cut this down because we've already added all that we want. And then I'm going to cut the whole thing down just a tiny bit. There's a lot of warm tones in this photo now already. And that's kind of what we were looking for. Okay, so now we're just going to add some things to make it really come alive. And what I like to start with is one that is called Light Tricks. And Light Tricks is really cool. It kind of brings focus back to the middle of the photo. You can move this around. It doesn't have to be the middle of the photo. It can be anywhere you want it to be. But we're going to go to the pop down here and increase this, and then the soft light I'm going to decrease just a little bit like this, and I'm going to keep it at 100% for right now. Now we may shift this around and move it somewhere else, but that's where we're starting. Alright, so now I'm just going to create a group, and I'm going to call this light, and we're going to actually drag the center warm center light here to the photo, and I put it on the left side because I knew that's the side that she was going to be running to, and I'm going to set this to screen mode. Um, and I wanted it to be a little bit more punchy, so I actually doubled up and hit Command J just to duplicate the layer and make 2 of them. So the cool thing is, now that they're in this group, we can actually move this around like this, and put it wherever we want to. And I'm actually going to scale this out now because I want the light to kind of fade into the rest of the photo. So once that's done, you can kind of see where we've gotten to this point. And really, there's only a couple things that's left, and it's really just choices. I'm going to use Pop the Subject. I like this because it's going to bring more focus back and make our subject really come alive. I'm going to shove this right underneath the light, like such, and then I'm going to, there's a action set. This one's actually completely free. We're going to go to select the color pop, and I'm going to just brush this over some of these yellows because I want to make them a little bit richer. So with a white brush, and I'm at 75% still, which is okay. I just want to brighten these up just a little bit. Some of these yellows. Kind of like that. And then I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. Alright, so now it's just looking over the image to see if we have it the way we want. We can increase the Pop the Subject if you wanted to really make her stand out even more. We're going to go back into the matte. I'm actually going to cut the warm down just a little bit. And then the warm sunny day, we're going to just turn it down just a little bit. And that's it. And so we went from this to this in just about 5 minutes. And just by making a couple creative decisions, you can really bring your photo to life. Alright, this is Kevin at KCC Photography and KCCactions.com. This set is actually on sale right now. So if you don't have it, you definitely want to put this in your arsenal, because I know lots of photographers that are using it now, and they all tell me that it's their favorite set that they have. You guys have a great day.